It's the 7th round of the BCA 2020 Cup. Our coverage on the Nation News Network comes to you again from Rice's in the parish of St. Philip. And it's a titanic battle between Group A leaders BWU Gladiola and defending champions Carlton. Hosts Gladiola have won all 6 of their previous matches in the competition and will be looking to extend that run on home soil. This is Keon Harding, the Barbados Trident Spacer and West Indies Test selectee, one of the star players returning to the Carlton side from the Caribbean Premier League T20 tournament for this important match and hoping to make a big impact. This is the Rice's pitch. It's bone hard and looks like there's enough in it for both the batsmen and the bowlers. Let's hope the players on both sides take advantage of such a good surface. The two captains, Javon Searles of Gladiola and Matthew Jones of Carlton, were joined by match referee Carson Howard for the toss, which was won by Carlton, and they chose to field. So, it's time to get the show on the road. Dave Thompson and Kareem Tate are the two umpires on duty for this match. They are followed onto the field by the Carlton team, led by Jones. And the Gladiola opening pair of Kadeem Aline and Cody Phillips will be looking to set the tone for their side. We pick up play in the third over. Dominic Drakes is the bowler, Aline is the batsman, and Carlton have an early wicket. Aline gone for 5, and Gladiola are 14 for 1. Martin Nurse came to the wicket and does what he does best. A fine shot off Matthew Jones gets him off the mark with a boundary. A reminder, boundaries are 3s and 4s at Rice's and not 4s and 6s. Jones to Nurse again. Another searing shot through the offside for the big left-hander for another boundary. Gladiola on the move. Jones to Nurse. There's a loud appeal and umpire Thompson signals he's out. Carlton get a big wicket. Nurse unhappy with the decision, but he will have to depart. He made 6, Gladiola 20 for 2 in the 4th over. A 63-run stand between Phillips playing this inside-out drive for a maximum, and Ashley Nurse got Gladiola back on track. A rush of late wickets, including Michael Agar Jr. being caught in the deep off Naeem Young for 1, set Gladiola back, and they were 113 for 8 after 17 overs. Wicketkeeper batsman Shem Watson made a belated entry and got going with this streaky boundary off Alex Bridgman. Watson continued to play freely, and he might not have been fully in control of this shot off pacer Harding, but he got a maximum. Next ball, Harding to Watson. A little bit more control from the left-hander, but a similar result, getting a maximum over the top of cover. Valuable runs for Gladiola. Bridgman to Watson. Bowled. The left-hander swinging across the line, and Gladiola continues to bleed wickets. They are 132 for 8, 2 balls remaining. Final ball of the Gladiola innings, Bridgman to Miller, and it's a maximum. What a way to bring the innings to a close. Carlton were penalised 12 runs for keeping a slow over rate, and Gladiola's total was rounded up to 149 for 8 of their 20 overs. A good crowd was on hand for the match, including BCA Vice President Calvin Hope, Chairman of the Barbados Selectors Henny Brooms, and former Barbados and West Indies left-arm spinner Suleiman Ben. Time for the Carlton chase now. The umpiring firm of Thompson and Tate head to the middle. The Gladiola players, led by Searles, take to the field. And here are the Carlton openers, Mikhail Marshall and West Indies Test selectee Kyle Mears. First over of the chase, Tariq Worrell to Mears, and the big left-hander gets off the mark in grand style. Next ball, Worrell to Mears again. Wrong length, son, and Mears takes him to the cleaners for a maximum. Still the first over, Worrell to Mears. What a shot! Up and over for a maximum. Jamar Trotman to Marshall now. Appeal for a stumping, and he's out. Much to the delight of the bowler and the Gladiola players, Marshall gone for a duck. Carlton 15 for 1 in the 2nd over. Shamar Springer comes to the crease, and with shots like this, got Carlton moving in the right direction. Worrell to Mears. He swings, and Hayden Walsh Jr. comes up with another spectacular catch in the deep to send the big left-hander packing. Carlton 27 for 2 now in the 3rd over. It's a big clash, and it brought several fans to the ground, including BCA director Roland Butcher and coach Dexter Toppin, and they saw Carlton slide to 62 for 5 in the 11th over. A break for rain. How crucial a part will this play in the game? Will this shift the momentum? Well, it did. over number 17. Aline Tashori, a gift, and he puts it away through the offside under the diving Marty Nurse to add insult to injury. Carlton marched to the finish line. Aline to Drakes, a nifty one-handed stroke from the left-hander, and the wheels have started to come off for Gladiola, and Carlton sense that they have a strong chance. Aline to Drakes. He swings. It's a maximum. And the momentum shift away from Gladiola continues as Carlton really begin to believe. Nurse around the wicket to Drakes. Big hit. And it's a maximum. Clearing ahead of the fielder on the long-on boundary, and Carlton are now within touching distance. The penultimate over of the innings. 10 needed. Kobe Miller to Shori. Boundary. A fine hit from the left-hander as Carlton are now within reach of victory. 2 balls later, Miller to Shori in the mud and put away for another boundary. 7 needed from 9 balls. 2 needed from 7 balls now. Miller to Shori, and that's it. Maximum to end the game. Victory for Carlton. A remarkable fight back from the Blackrock side. And they end the unbeaten run of Gladiola. Dominic Drakes was their hero, finishing with 49 not out.
Coming into the game, we had a lot of banter. Everyone's coming at us. We are defending champions, so just prove when we are full strength, no one can beat us.
You talk about no one can beat you and you're at full strength. You have all your players back from the CPL. How's been the groove in the camp coming together for this game this week?
Everyone's, all of us train the Thursday, make sure we have everyone at the practice, team grooming. And even the players that was here before, even though they were dropped, understand that we're coming back and everyone's happy.
Okay, talk to us about your key reason for you batting so well today. You came out and team was in trouble, 5 wickets down, you were in danger, but you hung in there and you carried the team to victory.
To be fair, I won't say I carried the team to victory. A good innings from Tariq Shuri really helped us in back end, so it wasn't just me, I won't say that.
Okay, any nerves when you went in looking at the situation?
Of course not. Defending champions, we are confident, so yeah.
How does it feel to have beaten Gladiola since they are the unbeaten team so far in the group?
It's a good accomplishment, to see where we stay. Because we had a lot of rain-out games, so we didn't really too sure our combinations and stuff, and as you said, we now came back. So there's a lot of changes in the team, so it just gave us a little heads up where we are.
Carlton coach Shirley Clark hailed the level-headedness of Drakes and Shuri in the crisis and holding their nerve to carry the side to victory.
Yes, I thought today was special, and the guys played well, and we came out and talked today.
Talk to me about really nerves sitting in the pavilion. You were down, half your side down for less than 50. Then you got that bit of a break to regroup, thanks to the weather. What were your instructions to the players after that?
Well, we didn't get the ideal start, but I always had confidence in the lower order. We battled right down to the end. We're just telling the guys to bat, rotate the straight, and put away the Barbados.
What do you think was the key reason for the success today in terms of the batsmen coming out and delivering?
Well, I thought the partnership between Dominic and Shuri was special. That brought us on the game.
Talk to me about the pitch conditions. How do you think the pitch conditions played in the run chase?
It's the best time I've ever seen this pitch here at Races, to be honest. I played a couple of games here, and this is the best pitch so far. So the pitch was very good.
Talking to Dominic Drakes, he says, you guys have not had, you've had a couple of rain-out games. How good was it to come here against the top side and do well?
It was great because it was a bit of hunger. The guys was hungry. We had 2 rain-outs against 2 softer teams and to come in here against the team that was unbeaten, we really want to come here and win.
How much confidence do you get from a victory like this?
I guess this will give us a good momentum going into the next round.
Especially against Wildy, who's also up in the top echelons.
Definitely.
How do you think about Wildy? They've been playing some good cricket as well.
Well, I think we play every game by game, and we're looking forward for that challenge.
Talk to me about Dominic Drakes and Tariq Shuri, the innings that they played today.
I thought both of them played very well. They read the game well and bring home the games for the team.
Thanks, Shirley. So an unbroken 89-run stand for the 6th wicket between left-handers Dominic Drakes and Tariq Shuri propelled Carlton to a 5-wicket victory over BWU Gladiola. Drakes hit the top score of 49 not out, from 32 balls and Shuri supported with 36 not out from 23 balls. The Blackrock side successfully chased 150 for victory and put an end to Gladiola's unbeaten streak in the competition. Earlier, a 63-run stand for the third wicket between Ashley Nurse, whose 48 off 32 balls was the top scorer, and opener Cody Phillips with 36, anchored Gladiola to 149 for 8 off their 20 overs after they were put into bat. Gladiola also benefited from 12 penalty runs because Carlton maintained a slow over rate. Naeem Young, a member of the West Indies under-19 squad at the ICC Youth World Cup last year in New Zealand, was the pick of the Carlton bowlers, taking 3 for 23 from his allotted 4 overs. Well, the race for the top spot in Group A has now heated up. Wildy defied an unbeaten 68 off 63 balls from opener Ethelbert Brathwaite to clinch a 49-run win over IGS Insurance Brokers Yorkshire at the Technical Institute. That was after former West Indies T20 captain Carlos Brathwaite hit 4 fours and 6 sixes in 61 off only 27 balls and put on 92 for the third wicket, with Craig St Hill to lead Wildy to a healthy 178 for 8 off their 20 overs. St Hill made 49. An important win there for Empire at Bank Hall. As expected, they crushed the Foundation Schoolboys by 9 wickets, successfully chasing 130 for victory, thanks to 61 from Justin Graves and 42 not out from opener Cheyenne Brathwaite. BDFSP got their third win of the competition, narrowly beating ESA Field Pickwick by 8 runs at Foursquare Oval with a half-century from Rico Wiggins featuring there. And the other match between the two youth teams was rescheduled to be played on Sunday at Kensington Oval. You can check Monday's Daily Nation for that score. Over to Group B, IDL Walker Sand Quarry Isolation Cavaliers pair of Micah Thornhill and Jamal Bulling shared 7 wickets, but leaders Wanderers defied them to earn a hard-fought 21-run victory in the top of the group clash at KMV Oval. Opener Kyle Corbin blasted his second 100 of the season, an even unbeaten 100 exactly, to power Sagicor Life UEA to a comfortable 9-wicket win over Crane Resort St. Catherine at Bayfield. The race for the top spot tightened, with Raymond Kelman cracking an unbeaten 77 to carry Bayview Hospital YMPC to a commanding 10-wicket win over Maple at Trents. Spinner Andre Marshall grabbed 4 for 19 from his allotted 4 overs, and Spartan kept their nerve to topple neighbours Police at Weymouth A. And Sagicor Life UEB got their second win of the competition, brushing aside Lords by 51 runs at 3W's Oval, which has proven not to be a happy hunting ground for the visitors in this year's competition. To the standings, a bit of upheaval at the top of Group A, with Wildy climbing into pole position for the first time this season on 26 points. The result at Rice's meant the previously unbeaten Gladiola and defending champions Carlton are essentially tied for second on 24 points each, and the race for fourth in the group got stiffer, with Empire and BDF SP winning, leading to a 3-way tie with Barbados Youth A, whose 7th round match, as we said, against the other youth team was rescheduled to Sunday at Kensington Oval. We don't have the result up to the time of this production, but if the Youth A team win, boy, the last 2 weeks of play in Group A will be exciting. Group B also looks like it will go down to the wire, but leaders Wanderers on 24 points maintain their 4-point advantage over UEA and YMPC. The table gets interesting beyond the top 3. Spartans' win over the Cops puts them in a 2-way tie with Isolation Cavaliers, who fell out of second after their defeat to the group leaders. So it will be the Parkites and the Cavaliers, it looks like, that will battle hard in the remaining matches for 4th and a spot in the quarterfinals. The next Saturday's fixtures, all of the matches in Group A except Pickwick vs Foundation, will hold significance to who makes it into the quarterfinals. Keep your eyes glued to Bank Hall, where resurgent Empire and defending champions Carlton will do battle. Also, keep your eyes on Rice's, where the top of the group contest between Gladiola and Wildy will be another biggie. The 2 matches at Kensington Oval and Paragon involving the 2 youth teams will also be crucial. Similarly, all of the matches in Group B, except Maple vs Police, could have a bearing on who makes it into the final 8. The top of the group battle between Wanderers and UEA at Darrell's Roll will hold centre stage. The loser could be left broken-hearted, especially if YMPC take advantage of Lords in that match at Lowlands. Spartan too will be looking to topple one of their fierce rivals St. Catherine at Bayfield to keep themselves in the frame. and Isolation Cavaliers will be hoping that they can complete the UE sweep at the 3Ws Oval and keep the pressure on the Parkites. Play in all matches starts at 1:30. It's been exciting. Grab your folding chair and a picnic basket and come out to another action-packed day in a BCA T20 Cup. And remember to buy your copy of the Sunday Sun for reports and scores on all of the BCA T20 Cup matches, and continue to follow the progress of the competition on our website, nationnews.com, and all Nation News social media channels. I'm Adriel Richard.